Hello. We're about to start. Just waiting for a couple more people to join up. Got my electric guitar today. And yeah, we have a really nice, good topic for today. So I hope you hang up with me over here. Hey, what's up? Okay. Looks like we're starting already. Okay. All right. Just checking the equipment. Just checking the equipment. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you confirm that you can hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hey, Raquel, can you hear me? Can you hear the guitar? Can you hear the guitar? Just checking on the sound. So it looks like it's, yep. Hey, Jari, so you can hear me, right? Voice and guitar. Sounds good? Okay, perfect. Today we have a really good topic. We're going to be talking about physical media, like what it means for music and preservation. All right, so going to be jamming for a little while over here. Just wearing off the dust a little bit. Should I wear a strap for this? It's a little off with all these clothes and whatever. Okay. I like that tone. Does it sound good? I like it. I mean, it's a little raspy, but it sounds fine. I'm forgetting something. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, I was missing something. Okay, let's start jamming to this. Can you hear that? Can you hear the backing track? The music, the backing track? Okay, I hope that you could hear the track on that one. Usually I use my acoustic guitar. So today I'm using the electric, so it's a totally different dynamic of the sound, monitoring myself, setting up. So just trying new things. I mean they're not new, but different things. So I gotta take this off because I can't see the computer desktop well. So yeah. So so I hope you could hear the track on the part where I was playing there. And today's today's topic is really important to me because it's a topic that I think about it all the time. I mean, it's not that I lose sleep over it, but what I mean is like it's something that I always keep in mind that is important for music preservation. But because I know a lot of us, including me, I stream music all the time. I use Pandora sometimes. Yes, I still use Pandora. I will use YouTube. I'm sorry, I will use YouTube to stream some music. I have used um, I have used other streaming music services like the Amazon. I have used Spotify. However, music preservation and owning my own library of titles, it's very important to me. I love having discs, and I still have CDs. I was buying CDs when everybody was like getting rid of their CDs. And even when the whole vinyl craze started, people started buying vinyl. I started buying CDs again. Uh, I have a great collection. I would love to say that I still have all the CDs that I had back in the day, but I don't. I have like a lot of people. I have moved a lot of times, and when you move, you lose some stuff that you leave behind. Some stuff gets damaged, but I still have a good chunk of the stuff that I have in my teenage years, and also new stuff that I have bought. Now, I can say like and digital streaming is great. It's very convenient. You get pretty much a whole library of stuff and new discoveries that of music that you can get at the palm of your hand. You don't even have to store them in your phone. Excuse me. But if a digital server goes down tomorrow, or a company decides to pull an album, how much of your favorite music disappears forever? Uh, so we're gonna be talking about owning your music physically. Isn't just a hobby; it's historical preservation. So, right, one of the things that's very important to have in mind it's that the streaming illusion. Right? When you buy a digital album or stream it on Spotify or Apple Music, you don't own the file. You own a temporary license. If the platform loses that license of the rights, that music vanishes from your library. And I know a lot of us are streaming music, like we pay a fee monthly. But back in the day, Apple was selling you music through their, Apple store. And I bought a lot of titles. And for the life of me, I don't remember all the titles that I have bought. Like there's probably stuff in there that already got erased from the platform that I paid for and I don't have. Um I mean, also there's I love buying, like, even if it's CDs, but I like owning CDs that are from like the original album. This whole remaster thing, I'm not into it. You lose a lot of dynamics on it. Uh there's something nuances in like the little that back in the day when they were trying to digitize all this music and they were trying to get rid of the noise. So there's a lot of nuances and like sounds that are lost in there. So you get mixes that are heavily compressed, or those modern style bass heavy. Depending on what time was remastered, there's certain trends that go into that era. What people were listening mostly, and where they were listening to it. Like a lot of people were listening to it in cars, so they would remaster it to sound like bass heavy and all sorts of stuff, right? Also, I love preserving history. Like preventing erasure, if that's even a word, like of music, of artists that you love and albums. Not everybody it's Guns N' Roses and AC/DC and Iron Maiden and Taylor Swift and what I mean by that, not everybody is a big artist like that. There's certain artists that did not have the same amount of exposure, so they don't have that much out there, if that's the correct term. And owning a physical copy of their album is a way to preserve it, right? Even if we like upload it to our drives and whatever. Um, so if music only exists on a server owned by two or three massive tech companies, they control history. And if an artist gets dropped by them or a label goes under, the art can literally be erased from the cultural record. That's another important topic. Um, Also, physical media ensures that a piece of that artist exists somewhere permanently, like I just mentioned previously. So, a CD or vinyl record in your house means that history cannot be edited, censored, deleted. Because sometimes because of changes and like the times, people will change sometimes the albums. They will delete a song or a word or some sounds, and the way that song was recorded originally is part of what makes it special. Is what is part of the whole art of making music, of making art. So that's very important, at least to me, right, and to a lot of people, right? Um, Also, I mean, there's I don't know what it's, but this is just you're too dependent of the algorithm. Like you put on a song. How many of you have found yourself listening to the same mix, almost the same songs daily, because you just push your remixes, your mix, and or your list, and you just go through the same songs. You don't listen to a whole album. So streaming is like it turned music into background noise. And it's just curated by bots, by algorithms. Putting a physical record, tape, CD, even pushing play on your if you have like albums in your computer, like legally bought albums in your computer. uh, you look at the gatefold, you get the whole picture of what the artist intended. Like, for example, I have my laptop here, and I have even though I don't have an Apple phone, my computer is a Mac, so I have the library of music that I bought from the Apple Store, and I put a whole album of Jimi Hendrix and listened to like I think it was eight of 10 songs that I haven't listened to them in a while, or if ever. I mean, in a row. I think I have before, yeah, because I also have that disc in vinyl, but um, I haven't listened to it in like years, right? So I listened to the whole, almost the whole album yesterday, even though it was in the computer, right? Um, so physical media forces us to listen to an album as a cohesive piece of art from track one to the end rather than skipping around. I love vinyl records for that reason. Like CDs, it's very tempting to like skip the songs. Digital, everything that's digital is like that. But when you put the needle on that album, when you're playing vinyls, it's like you made a commitment to listen to that album. And it's not impossible. You can skip through the tracks, but it's harder to do, and it's something that you don't want to do. Like if you're trying to save on your needle and say and don't damage the albums as much. Sorry. So having the album in physical media, it slows you down from doing those practices, right? So you enjoy the music more. uh, the physicality of pushing play in a tape or rewinding that tape or putting the needle or even like uploading. I mean, if you have disc and digitizing them and getting them into your hardware, in your hard drive or solid state drive, it's a compromise. I mean, not a compromise. In Spanish, it's compromiso, which is the whole. It's a commitment. Is what I'm trying to say. Sorry. So yeah, it's a commitment you make with music and with enjoying music at that moment. Now, the reason that I'm passionate about this today, and that I've been kind of decided to go with this topic today, it's because um, Sony, which is it's a big company who's of course controls a lot of the studios and a lot of a lot of controls the studio and and controls pretty much the albums and the controls the distribution of physical media, even if it's for other people to use, has actually deleted a lot of their. I'm sorry, give me just a moment. Yeah, okay, now I got it. So it has deleted people that own the movies, right? It has deleted a lot of albums that are owned by people who pay for these albums, and basically, like you know, you paid for a movie and they're removing it from the store. So right now, even movies that you own, that you paid for, you're not able to use them anymore. Like, for example, this one. Um, PlayStation is deleting 551 movies from customers' accounts, reminding us nothing digital is ever truly yours. Now, PlayStation, of course, is a gaming platform. However, um, Sony is the parent company of PlayStation. Of course, it's Sony PlayStation after all. And these were movies that they're not going to be offering them for sale anymore. And also, they will not be available to users who purchase them, purchase them, who paid full price for these movies to own them, to have them in their library with the promise that whenever they wanted to watch these movies on the Sony PlayStation, they could, because you know that the gaming devices are nowadays kind of like computers for the living room, so people watch movies on them, music, they consume music and other media. I remember back in the day, they used to call the PlayStation 3 the Netflix box when people stopped using it for playing. So, and this is very alarming because it's people who bought these movies, and it's not a couple of them, it's 551 of them, and you're not getting reimbursed. You're not getting back that money. And who's to say that that cannot happen to music, to albums, to a matter of fact, it happened to me already. Like Google used to have a store named Google Music, and you could upload a lot of your music from your hard drive, but also you could buy music on their website. And eventually, Google did a whole they wiped that platform out, but they changed it to YouTube Music. Now, this in order for this to happen, if you wanted to preserve your music, you had to go manually and do it. And they did give a notice for that. But back then, I was using Apple phones, and yet every now and then I will check my Google Music library, but I was not aware this was happening. So when I changed back to Android phones, I was more into the checking everything on the accounts and in that platform. I noticed this happen, and it had happened months before I got into using the platform again, and I lost in all the albums that I had purchased on Google Music, and there's nothing I can do about it. Okay? So that has happened, especially to me, and it has happened to other people. Um, so and it's not even like obscure movies, which I think it would have been even more tragic if it's like obscure movies that you like bought and you're like, yeah, I have that movie, perfect, and and now you can't access them. But it's even movies that a lot of people would buy, like Terminator 2, like Rambo First Blood, Bridget Jones' Diary. I mean, a lot of movies. And this was recent. It was just June 26th. I think it is from Kotaku. So Sony is contacting, I'm going to read. Sorry. Sony is contacting PlayStation Store users who bought movies from the platform that were distributed by Studio Canal, like Terminator 2, Total Recall, it's a pretty famous one too, and Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, to say that you will no longer be able to access your previously purchased content from Studio Canal, and it will be removed from your video library. There's no mention of any refunds or make goods for the affected users. Sony simply says the films are going away due to our content licensing agreements. Once again, reaffirming the fact that you are never truly buying anything that's digital, just temporarily renting it or leasing it, right? Um, this news was brought to people's attention by ex-user Somatic, who posted the notification. Okay, right. That's unimportant right now. So that's like the worst case scenario for your library, and the importance of okay, if you have this movie, even if you like I mean, it's useful. It's convenience is the word I'm looking for. Even if you like the convenience of owning these movies in digital form, so you can access them from everywhere, which I've used this services like that. It's great to have the DVD or the Blu-ray, even better. Blu-ray is preserved even better. Um, so I mean, nobody can go into your house and just, I mean, yeah, they can steal it. But I mean, like a company kind of just say, give me your Blu-rays and DVDs because we lost our licenses. That's not something that's gonna happen. Okay, and also another of the news, Sony again said that they're announcing that physical disc production ending in January 2028 for new games releasing on the PlayStation consoles. Now, why is that important to us? I mean, yeah, I like video games too, but for us musicians or people who love music, love listening to music, love the arts, well, it's because, like I said before, Sony is one of the biggest distributor or makers of actual physical media. They have pioneered a lot of a lot of the mediums that we've been using. I'm not sure if they started the CD. I don't believe it was Panasonic, but the thing is that they were huge in pushing it. They were big in pushing for the DVD and especially the Blu-ray. They were very behind the Blu-ray. They created other stuff like the mini disc, which I have two of them. That didn't take off, but I mean they've been the precursors of the physical media. They made the original Walkman, right, which was the cassette player that you would put your cassette in and walk around with it, listening to music. So them not making this anymore is a big deal. Even if it says for games there, movies are even more behind. Like they don't. I don't think they care about movies anymore. Just like you going to the movies and watching their Spider-Man movie or whatever they produce. They do want you to do that, but they don't want you owning the media because they want to resell it to you every time that they can, right? And this is nothing new in Hollywood. They have always been like an agenda for you to like not own your entertainment, just always be leased. So that way they have control over it, which I understand. But also, man, like you pay for a disc and you are expecting to watch that movie whenever you want, not just have it taken away from you by the company. And by the way, when they did those digital sales, they did it on the premise that you were buying them, like the movies that they just deleted. They are closing a platform of two video games that they used to have, the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita, which means that people will no longer have access to those games either. So whatever you buy digital, you pretty much lose it eventually when they shut down the servers. Also, that's just me thinking, speedballing around it. They don't want to make CDs anymore, Blu-rays. Of course, there's a big push right now for vinyl records because there's a big demand due to people who are buying into vinyl records, right? You can see an article here from 2025. Physical music sales, nostalgia spawned retro-inspired hardware, right? And one of the biggest stories of 2025 for those looking for something outside of the geopolitical arena was the continued strength of physical media sales in the music industry. Sure, most people listen to music over a streaming service. Spotify is in the little danger of folding, but in this golden age of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, sales of records in the U.S. rose by 8.6. That means 2025 marked a 19-year consecutive years of growth. And that's not counting all the vinyl that changed hand in used record shops. We even got tiny vinyl, an all-new record format designed to scratch the itch for exclusive single tracks. So even though there are sales of, there's people that are buying physical music because of this big demand. These companies are businesses. If they see money, they will follow the money. But there's always been an idea of you, like I said before, not owning the media that you consume. And if they stop making the discs, what's gonna stop them soon from making hard drives? Like recently, companies that were making the optical drive, which is the part of the computer that reads the discs, like CDs and DVDs, they stopped making them. Like there's I don't remember the name of the company, but there's companies that used to be their business model. They're not selling those optical drives anymore. They're not even making them. So if your disc DVD player gets damaged or disc, and you thought you were going to put it on your computer and digitize it or just play it on your computer, and you don't have one of these, you might be out of luck in the future. I mean, you can still get it, it's still getting around while they last, while they still have stock or in the used market. But aside from that, I mean, you're out of luck. Now, so in this news here, mentioned on that they're not going to do more discs for the PlayStation platform in January 2028. They're talking about like they're not going to make more discs for games, right? Right now they have a console called the PlayStation 5, which comes with a disc, a built-in disc player. And they have another one that does not have the disc player, but the thing is that they will not produce more discs for that. And also, there were people like me that I would use these devices to play 4K Blu-rays or Blu-rays. So the new consoles or the push for new consoles will be to not have this disc drive. So that's why I say that it relates to us, right? Now, there's an article here. I think it's from 2023. It was talking about, you could see it here. It says why the dying DVD business could be headed for a resurrection. Let me get it here for you. The year has been a melancholic one for collectors of physical media. DVDs and Blu-ray discs, one source of billions in revenue of Hollywood companies, are at risk of becoming obsolete or at least irrelevant. Well, yeah, I mean, with so many Netflix and HBO and platforms. I'm sorry. It says the first blow came at the end of September, and again, this was 2023, when Netflix mailed its last DVD a copy of the 2010 film True Grit, directed by Joel and Ethan Cohen. Not that important, but whatever. As of November 1st, the DVD Netflix website functions as an interactive in memoriam page. Okay, so this is important, at least back in 2023, because when Netflix started, they started by shipping discs. They used to, and I use the service like that. They will ship you a DVD, you will watch it, and then return it to them. Um, Before they had the streaming, right? When I started using Netflix, they were still, that was their main source of income, but they already had started doing the streaming. Um, so yeah, what else it says? Uh, to be sure, the market isn't dead, especially with Amazon and Walmart still in the game. Well, that has changed a lot. I mean, Walmart's still selling a lot of DVDs, a couple of Blu-rays in there too, but not as much as they used to. And Best Buy actually stopped selling DVDs altogether and movies. There's also signs of hope. A significant strategy shift by major streamers, paired with the current state of play in the music industry, offers a potential way forward for music physical media. Uh huh. Okay. Yeah. So Amazon recently they bought Universal, I think it is. They bought one of the studios. So basically, uh, a lot of the streaming platforms are either absorbing or merging with other companies that used to be the ones selling us the home versions of media for us to keep. But again, like I said, if the demand is there, they will follow the money. Like that's why those are vinyl records. Those are brand new vinyl records that they are. I bought them at Walmart. They still are selling them after all these years. They started selling them again. So if we continue to support the demand of physical media, it will still be produced. It will still be made. Um, so this is just something to think about. Make it known that you want to own your entertainment, your media. At least me, I want to own the media I consume. I want to own movies that I pay for. I don't mind paying for a subscription and using it. I mean, we used to pay for rentals back in the day, for individual rentals, and we knew we didn't get to keep those VHSs or DVDs, even though some of you kept some of them. You were not supposed to. Yeah, but I'm okay with that. What I don't want is, like, first of all, lose the option of buying a movie and having it perpetually in my collection, or a company telling me that they were sell me a movie, me paying $15, $20. I mean, I'm not gonna pay $20, but people do it all the time, and then I lose access to my collection, which is unfair. Uh, and again, I mean, I just think that's something important for us to know. Support, like always, support local artists. They usually don't get a penny from Spotify or these streaming platforms if they're selling any physical media, CD player, whatever. I mean, if you can do with your money what you will. But if you can, and you want to support these artists, buy their merch, buy their CDs. Even if you don't have a CD player, buy the CD, find a CD player, play it. Again, get one before they're out. And I'm telling you, they're gonna stop making them pretty soon, if they haven't stopped already. And just keep the music alive. This is what it is about. There's plenty of people that are very talented and they don't get recognition, or they don't sound out there. Um, so I will say, try to look for local artists, people that are online making music. Soon we'll make a video of basically either YouTube artists or people who are mostly known in niches online. So I'll be posting it. I'll let you know when it's up. And if you have any questions for me, please leave a comment, subscribe, leave a like. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for listening. And I'm going to play myself out. I'm going to put that track so I can jam to it a little bit. And thank you. Looks like it's not coming through. Uh, tu- 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 tu. Okay, now.